If your ancestors fought in the Civil War, you're part of a legacy that shaped America. Their stories, their sacrifices, and their bravery are woven into the very fabric of this nation. Each soldier, whether Union or Confederate, carried with them the hopes and fears of their families and communities. The American Civil War, lasting from 1861 to 1865, was a pivotal moment in US history. It was a time when the nation was torn apart, brother against brother, in a struggle that would determine the future of the United States. The war's timeline is marked by significant events that shaped the course of history. It all began with deep-seated tensions over slavery and states' rights. The Southern economy relied heavily on slavery, while the North was moving towards industrialization and abolition. These opposing views created a rift that seemed impossible to bridge. The election of Abraham Lincoln in 1860 was the final spark, leading Southern states to secede and form the Confederacy. Lincoln's anti-slavery stance was seen as a direct threat to the Southern way of life, prompting states to break away in a bid to preserve their institutions. The first shots rang out at Fort Sumter, marking the start of a brutal conflict. This initial confrontation set the stage for a war that would see countless battles, each more devastating than the last. Major battles like Gettysburg, Antietam, and Fort Wagner became turning points, each with its own tales of bravery and tragedy. Gettysburg, for instance, was the war's bloodiest battle, a three-day clash that left thousands dead and became a symbol of the war's high cost. Imagine standing on those battlefields today, feeling the echoes of cannon fire and the weight of history. These sites are hallowed ground, where the past feels palpably present, and the sacrifices of those who fought are honored and remembered. Soldiers faced unimaginable hardships, grueling marches, scarce supplies, and the constant threat of death. Disease was rampant, and the conditions in the camps were often deplorable, adding to the suffering of the men who fought. Yet, amidst the bloodshed, stories of heroism and resilience emerged. Soldiers on both sides displayed extraordinary courage, earning medals of honor and leaving behind legacies of bravery that continue to inspire. Think of Harriet Tubman, leading slaves to freedom, or Clara Barton, tending to the wounded. These remarkable individuals played crucial roles, not just in the war effort, but in shaping the moral and humanitarian landscape of the nation. The war ended in 1865 with the Confederacy's surrender at Appomattox Courthouse. This moment marked the beginning of the end of a dark chapter in American history, but also the start of a long and difficult process of healing and reconstruction. But the consequences reverberated far beyond the battlefield. The nation had to grapple with the immense task of rebuilding and addressing the deep wounds left by the war. The Reconstruction era was a time of significant change and challenge. The abolition of slavery, the Reconstruction era, and amendments to the Constitution reshaped the nation. The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments were monumental steps towards equality, though the journey was far from over. The Civil War didn't just change the United States, it defined its future. The war's legacy is evident in the nation's ongoing struggles and triumphs, as it continues to strive towards the ideals of freedom and equality. It's a story of struggle and sacrifice, of a nation torn apart and brought back together. The physical and emotional scars of the war were deep, but the resilience and determination of the American people helped to heal and rebuild, and it's a story that still resonates today. The lessons of the Civil War continue to inform contemporary discussions about justice, equality, and national unity. Thanks for joining us on this journey through history. By understanding the past, we gain insights into the present and can better navigate the future. Until next time, keep exploring the past to understand the present. The stories of those who came before us are not just history. They are the foundation upon which we build our future.